Hi friends, this is our second video of the adaptation unit or topic. We are doing lesson 1, page 216, Survival of Individuals. Engineering connection. Animals come in almost every color you can think of. Neon green frogs, bright red fish, and sunny yellow goldfinches. Animals also have many different patterns, such as spots, stripes, or patches. These patterns can help animals blend into their environments. Animals can hide from predators or from the prey they hunt. When engineers make zoo habitats, they try to mimic the natural habitats of animals that live there. This helps the animal meet its needs, just as the animal's wild habitat does. Write about it. Study the frog and its habitat in the photo. If you were the engineer, what would you include in a zoo habitat for that frog? Some colors and patterns. Because you can see there's lots of colors and patterns in the picture. Top of page 217, You Investigate Lab. On Discovery Education, there's a video called Cold Seas. It's only 3 minutes. I would like you to watch it to explain this experiment. It does it a little bit better. How do sea lions stay warm in cold waters? Scientists study how some animals, such as sea lions, can survive in cold environments. How can you use evidence to answer the questions in the title? How can you use evidence to answer the question in the title? So we're going to answer that question. Procedure. Predict whether a layer of fat will help a sea lion survive its cold environment. A layer of fat will help a sea lion survive. Number 2, make a plan to test your prediction. Show your plan to your teacher before you start. Record your observation. Okay, so the materials you'll need is called petroleum jelly, and that's just Vaseline. Cup, water, ice, and spoon. Okay, so you can see in my picture I put some petroleum jelly on my finger. There's a whole bunch of ice cubes in the ice water, and I'm going to stick my finger in it, in the water. I'm also going to stick my other finger that doesn't have petroleum jelly on it. I'm going to stick that in as well. So the finger that was coated in petroleum jelly did not feel the cold as much as the finger that did not have jelly. So the one without the jelly was very cold. Analyze and interpret the data. Number 3, use evidence. How does the sea lion survive in its cold environment? Use evidence to explain. A thick layer of fat helps the sea lion not feel the cold as much. My finger that was covered in jelly felt warmer than the other finger. Sorry, it should say than, not that. Than the other finger. Okay? Okay, top of page 218. Visual literacy connection. How do living things, adapt to survive? Living things have adaptations to help them stay alive or survive. An adaptation is a trait that helps an organism survive, find mates, or reproduce. So for example, it says, the first picture says fewer arms, and then you move to the right, it says fewer flowers, and move to the right again. Fewer fruit, and then move to the right a final time, and it says fewer cacti. That means more than one. You would think we would say cactuses, but it's actually cacti, to reproduce. Top of page 219. Individuals of the same kind individuals of the same kind may have different traits that provide advantages. A saguaro cactus with more arms can produce more offspring. So the picture at the bottom, it was more arms, more flowers, and then it goes into more fruit. And then the final one on page 219 says, draw the results you would expect for a Sarago or real cactus that has more arms. So the reason I know it'll have more than one smaller cacti is because it's said that it's getting more water and it's better living conditions, so it adapted. Top of page 222. There's a graph. It says animal needs for survival. Polar bear. Polar bear needs a cold water habitat. Tree frog. A tree frog needs a warm, moist habitat, and a camel needs a hot, dry habitat. Survival in different habitats. Each kind of living thing is adapted to live in a certain kind of place. For example, some kinds of plants that grow in cold parts of earth are covered with hairs. The hairs keep them warm. A sandfish lizard, a desert animal, digs holes in the sand to avoid predators. The lizard would not survive in the Arctic because there is no sand there. Evaluate. Look at the pictures on of the three animals in the boxes. Write what kind of environment each animal lives in. Okay, we did that. Quest connection. What adaptations would animals need to survive in a pond environment? In a pond environment, an animal needs long legs, webbed feet, or fins. Some need gills to breathe underwater. Top of page 221. The header says, differences can help living things. A species is a group of living things of the same kind. Each kind of animal and plant is a separate species. Individuals of the same species may have different traits or adaptations that help them survive and reproduce. So I like that sentence, so I'm going to underline it. I'm underlining individuals of the same species may have different traits or adaptations that help them survive and reproduce. An individual is more likely to have offspring when it has traits that make it better able to attract mates. Finding mates is one way a species can survive. For example, male windbirds with long tails attract more females for mating than male windbirds with shorter tails. Lesson 1, check. Reading, check. Cause and effect. Suppose a sea lion cannot eat enough food to keep its thick layer of fat. How might this change affect the sea lion? The sea lion will not stay warm as it would as if it had thicker layer of fat. If temperatures are cold enough, the animal may die. Number 2, use evidence. Galapagos tortoises survive by eating plants. Tortoises that live on islands with tall plants have long necks. Tortoises that live on islands with short plants have short necks. What conclusion can you draw from this evidence? The tortoises on each island adapted to the plants on their island. So they started eating the plants that were on that island. So, nice job, friends. Please kiss your brain. And I'm excited to learn more about animals. Thank you.